Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Fahad and this video is about the float property in the CSS. Okay, the float property is used for positioning and formatting of the content. Alright, so we have the basic structure of the HTML document. Now we have to use paragraph, and in paragraph I would like to add some dummy text. Alright, so this is the dummy text. Now I have to add an image here. I have to declare the width. Height would be, so I think I should increase the width here. That looks fine here. Alright, so we have used the image and we have used the paragraph. Now we have to use the float property values. Okay, so for using the float property values we have to use the style element. I have to use float. The default value of float property is none, so if I just use the none here, it won't make any change here. There are also the other values of the float property here, left, right, so I should go with the left one, and for the right one it will float your image on the right side of the text. If you use the left, it will float your image on the left side of the text. Okay, and if we just want to use the inherit, it must have the value for inherit. Okay, when you use the inherit value, it would take the value from its parent. Okay, so in this scenario the parent of the image element here is the paragraph, so I have to declare the value of the float in the paragraph. That would be left. Okay, now you can see that our image have taken the value from its parent element, okay, which is in this case is the paragraph element, and I have declared the value of the float in the paragraph element. So you know, it is kind of inheriting the value from its parent element. So if I just use the right, it would be on the right side of the text. All right, so okay, so this is how you use the float property. And one more thing here which I have to discuss. Let me just delete this thing, div element div. Okay, so I have to do some styling here. Alright, so now I have to use the classes here. The first class would be div1, second would be div2, third would be div3. Alright, so it would change its value. So the div element will change its color on the basis of its styling. You can see here that the div element always come on the top of one another. Alright, but we can make the div element float from one another. So if we want to use a div element side by side, we have to use the float values. Okay, so let me just declare the properties styling of the div element. Okay, so first of all I would like to add some padding here. Okay, now you can see here that our div elements are on the top of one another, but what do you want here, that the div element should be from side to side. Okay, if you want to make div element side by side, you have to use the float property, and in float property you have to use the left. Now you can see here that your div elements are on the side by side. Okay, it could go to the right as well. Okay, so this is how you can position your div elements side by side, and this is all for this video. If you really find it useful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and bye bye.